thank Kim Fink for putting me after Barbara Sierra. I'm going to have to call Mama. Tell her all about it. But I think it's time for a sing-along. If I had a story, I'd tell it in the morning. I'd tell it in the evening, all over this restaurant. Night of the Iguana, ForKids, for ForKids. You know, the connection part for me just came to me because as I look out in this restaurant at almost every single table, I can see someone whose child I have shared music with in the last 20 years. And that is amazing because all of us look exactly the same, and I would not probably recognize any of your children. And even Barbara Sierra, you know, we used to live in her neighborhood, and my husband and I used to walk by her house every night and go, that's where Barbara Sierra lives. So I have to tell Mom about that too. All right, I'm not going to actually sing my story. I'm going to just use this as sort of a prop, or as my friend out there says, a pacifier, because I get really, really nervous, which is what this story is about. I am very, very comfortable being the musical director, being behind the baton, being behind the stage, working with you so that you can have this fantastic audition. I like being the wind beneath your wings. We all know that song, right? Did you ever know that I'm your hero? I don't even know the key anymore. You're everything you wish you could be. You can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause I am the wind beneath your wings. All right, there's the second song. All right, anyway, I am have such performance anxiety that I have really found my niche in the arts by being the person, the wind beneath your wings, and I really get so much out of that. And it was about 5 years ago, I was the musical director for a production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Do you guys know that story? That musical about the Old Testament story of Joseph and his many-colored coat and all of his brothers. And it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, and it's a great musical, and one reason I really love it is because it's 99.65% music. It's sung all the way through. So I had a lot of work to do, which I love. So I got right in there, and we have the children's chorus singing and the regular cast singing, and it's just this big production with lots of people, lots of costumes, glitz and glam, and we are coming into Tech Week, the big week before the show opens, and everybody's excited, and they sound beautiful, and they're dancing beautifully, and then one of the plagues from the show actually hits the cast, which was the new plague, the swine flu. And one by one, you guys remember the year of the swine flu, right? One by one, cast members are going down this way every single day. This one's down, this one's down. And because it's 99.65% music, it's kind of on me to sort of replace who can do what singing-wise. And so people were doing, you know, 2 and 3 different roles that they didn't usually do. They come out, you know, in the first scene, and then they're this guy, and then they move on back to their role, and then move on to somebody else's role. But it was going okay, and I was, you know, we were all kind of upset because we'd all worked really, really hard. But, you know, as a team, everybody pulls together, and the show must go on, and we're going to get it done. So I'm driving to the very first performance. Here we come to the first performance. It's going to go, and I'm driving there, and my cell phone rings, and I answer it, and sure enough, it's somebody else who's got the swine flu. So it's a boy, a 15-year-old boy, and not only he played one of the brothers, and he also played the role of the butler, and the butler has a solo. So I called the director, and I said, I don't know what we're going to do. This guy's out, and you know, Bobby can't do it, and Johnny can't do it. He's already doing 3 things, and the director thinks for a minute, and he said, you know what, I know just who's going to do it. Great, great, let me call that person. It's going to be you. It's like, it's going to be me. I don't go on the stage. I stay behind, off the stage. And it can't be me. What do you mean it's going to be me? Well, you're the musical director. You know all the music. Well, I know the music of the whole show. I don't have it up to performance level. And he said, you're going to have to do it. Well, he's my boss, so I'm going to have to do it. So the rest of the way there, I got my iPod in, and I'm just listening to this little solo that this guy has. I'm terrified because I don't want to go on the stage and sing in a costume. And I get there, I run upstairs, knock on the men's dressing room. Hey, I need Casey's costume. Okay, great, who's covering for him? I am. You are? Like, yeah, don't say anything. I get the costume on. I'm this little shepherd guy, and go downstairs, get the makeup on, and I'm backstage, and it's the song that goes, Jacob and Sons, ooh. I don't know if you know that one, but that's one of the first numbers. And all the brothers, they jump out of this little house through these curtains. And so one by one, as the song is calling their names, they jump. So I'm standing back there, I don't know when I have to jump, and suddenly somebody just pushes me out. I go flying out, I'm out on the stage, and I look, and they're all dancing. I'm like, okay, they're all dancing, and I'm just like, Jacob, and I just start going tap, tap, clap, clap, you and me, and tap, tap, clap, because that's what I think they're doing, and I just start backing up, till I finally get off the stage. Run upstairs, got to make a quick costume change, come back down as the butler. Well, somebody was talking, I think it was Barbara, talking about the Steelers. That's what this costume looked like, the old Steelers costume, the yellow and the black, that's the Steelers, right? Okay, and that's what, vertical stripes all the way up and down and a little hat. And so I was so nervous to go on, and I had to do this jail scene where he's singing about, there I was standing in front of a vine, I picked some grapes and then I made wine, something like that. And so I'm back there, and I was so nervous, I just kept like doing this little, like I was a jester, you know? And it was just, there was a few other things that I had to do, running on, running off, changing the pharaoh, and I just had no idea what I was doing. And so when it was over, when my part was over, I ran finally back upstairs, put on my regular street clothes with the still Egyptian makeup, and I go back down into the house, and I'm standing in the back, and there I see the company, and they're singing the final number, and I am so proud of them for pulling it together and just really, really working as a team. And to me, it was the most beautiful performance that I had ever seen. And as I sat there and thought, wow, I was a part of that, and I was scared, and I got on stage, and after all of that, I still never want to do that again. And that's my story.
I forgot them. Thank you.